Hi everyone, it's Maybelle with Love Shaped Intuition. I'm back with another reading. Good morning, or good day, or good night, wherever you are. For me, it is morning. It's a bit cool and overcast here. And I had a fun encounter with a squirrel just a little while ago, so I definitely have to bring you the messages of the squirrel. We'll be doing an intuitive kind of channeled message from the squirrel, and it's a good amount that that he or she left. So I hope that you enjoy that part of the reading. We're also going to be doing Archangel Animal Oracle cards and messages from heaven, communication cards. If you haven't yet subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe. It is free for you to subscribe, and it is the most valuable support that you can provide me here on YouTube. If you would like to comment, like, share this video with a friend or family member, all interactions help the channel grow, and I really appreciate your help with that. To support my free content with a donation, please visit buymeacoffee or ko-fi.com. The links are in the description box for this video and in the comments. And I also have an Amazon wish list if you would like to gift a new oracle or tarot deck to the channel. I would love to use those in future readings. The link is in the description box and also in the comments. I really appreciate your support and love. I'm on Instagram at Love Shaped Intuition if you would like to follow me there. I'd love to see you there as well. Okay, so I was opening the curtains this morning and kind of getting ready for the day, and I saw a squirrel. Now, some background information. This squirrel probably has been all over my yard recently. Just 2 days ago, I believe it was, I went out and I have some of my indoor plants in a covered patio area, and I had just watered them the day before, so I know that the dirt was disturbed. It was all over the place. Something looked like it had been digging in there. And you know, we had seen like some looks like mouse or rodent droppings like near there. They were starting to get into like the vegetable scraps bin, and so that just kind of left it as that. Probably thought, oh, it's a mouse or something kind of digging for worms or something at night. Fast forward to today, and I see a squirrel bounding across my my yard. Is mostly like pavers. It's kind of like a courtyard with planters, and so in the planters, and then I have pots kind of throughout the yard with just random things growing, a lot of which are edible. Like I like to grow things that, you know, like we can eat. So the squirrel is coming from like down the street where I know someone feeds the birds and the squirrel and the squirrels. I don't know how many there are, but there's a big squirrel that kind of we see usually alone. I haven't seen them like together with any other squirrels. The squirrel came from down the street where I know that they're fed, and they get peanuts. So peanuts are like, sometimes he just has this mouthful of peanuts and comes bounding across the yard. Now today I didn't see that he had anything in his mouth, and I'm saying he, but it could be he or she. But I got all excited and I called to my daughter to come look, and so she's taking pictures, and hopefully I'll be able to add those to the video so that you can see. But the squirrel is kind of just jumping around the yard, and jumping into like all my pots, like pots, a wheelbarrow that I have with, planted with bell pepper plants and some small apple seeds that I planted. So they're short little apple trees. And he was just started digging. He started digging, and I go, oh my God, maybe he was looking for nuts that he had previously hidden. Apparently, he had more nuts in his mouth, and so he was looking for places to store them. And I just couldn't see until he like moved a little bit differently, and then when he was facing us, I could see that he had more nuts in his mouth, and he was going to hide them. He was thinking about hiding one in a pile of kind of like debris, like leaves and like, I don't know, it's almost, we call it hay, and the dog likes to go and do its business there. And so it decided against it. And it jumped into the planter kind of under this big bougainvillea bush and decided to kind of hide it there, and then continued on just around the yard, and then came and directly towards the door, which is glass, and was looking directly inside. I could almost swear that this squirrel was looking inside at me. And my daughter's cooking right now, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it was pretty loud. So I took a lot of, what the squirrel was doing and kind of processed it. The messages are kind of all over the place. I did try to kind of connect some of them, but it came with several messages, and I just thought that, hopefully this will help someone else out there, especially if you have squirrel come visit you. We live in a pretty, I would say, suburban area. It's not, but we are blessed with like lots of kind of wildlife. There are no real kind of wild, trails or anything near here. We do have like some man-made kind of walking areas, but there's nothing necessarily wild or any places for them to kind of really hide or anything like that. So I say that because I don't really feed the animals a lot. I have like a little bird feeder, and I haven't seen the birds go to that. They mostly come and they eat like bugs. We have a lot of flycatcher birds, and we also have birds that do come and eat like the grass seeds or the seeds in the front. I'm not sure if they're eating the poppy seeds or like other seeds, but they really like to go to the so we have seed eaters, and we also have fly catchers. But the squirrels have been kind of like almost a newer development, and like I said, we only see one at a time. It's not like we see them all over the place. Like up in the mountains, you'll see squirrels playing and kind of all over the place. We don't have that here. But I don't, it's kind of like I hold back from feeding the animals that we do have a lot because it's coming up on a year. Actually, May last year, our little dog was attacked by a coyote in our backyard, and she survived, and she is still with us. So, she's a tough little dog, and it was a crazy event. I mean, like, I kind of heard it happen. I grabbed one of those like panic alarms, and I ran outside. It's like I knew what it was before I knew what it was, and um, and so anyways, I won't really go into the details of that event, but it was traumatizing to say the least. And we saw the coyote, leaving the yard, and it was amazing. And I we don't keep the dog outside anymore. She's an older dog, and she is the one that always wanted to be outside. She's very stubborn. She's very kind of like independent, and she didn't want to be inside, whatever the weather. Even in the colder weather, she would rather be outside. But now she's good. She's just, gotten older, um, and I don't know if she remembers, the trauma too, but she's become a lot closer to myself and my daughter, and it's like she almost kind of waits for us to go outside, and she kind of likes to be around us all the time. So anyhow, I don't usually feed the animals a lot. I will say that I had put a little like Tupperware of some dried strawberries out because I grow strawberries, and these strawberries we had a short period of like really hot weather the past couple days, and the strawberries were just ripening, and then as soon as they were ripe, they started to dry out because of the heat. So it was like too early in the spring season, and it was too hot. And so I ended up, just pulling those and putting them in a Tupperware for what I imagined was some squirrel or some, rodent, or maybe the lizards. I don't know. Or maybe it would attract bugs that the birds could come eat. I didn't know what I was feeding, but I figured I'll just watch the strawberries, every day and see what happens. Nothing really was coming to eat them. And then another day, I found a peanut planted, or like kind of below the dirt when I was transplanting. I was taking out a tree, and I have this tree that I'm going to get rid of. I'm gonna, put it out on the curb for free. But we're taking this tree out and struggling with this tree, and then we found a peanut at the top of the soil. So I put the peanut with the strawberries, and today I got to watch the squirrel go and find the Tupperware. It was the cutest thing. I got to watch the squirrel eat the strawberries and find the peanut and take it and stuff it in its mouth with its other peanuts, and then go and like hide it. So some of the messages, from all these stories kind of put together, I hope makes sense. And so there's a message of forgiveness. The squirrel digs up my yard, takes my tomatoes, takes my apples, puts nuts everywhere, and I'm allergic to peanuts, so it's not like I want them there. I don't even want my dog to eat them because she has allergies too, and I just don't want, the peanuts to be around myself and my daughter. So anyways, the squirrel puts the peanuts everywhere, intimidates me because kind of like will stare and, kind of do a little stare off with you, but ultimately brings me joy. Like, it was the funnest. It brought us, smiles and laughter, and we were just like, oh my God, just disbelief really, at how this squirrel came to visit, and it was a magical experience. So forgiveness, you may be finding out something soon, finding a surprise. And I did recently do a good news, unexpected good news, and unexpected happy surprise reading. You may want to watch that if this is your message. Another message that came through was work hard, diversify. Kind of he or she was putting all those nuts in multiple different places. So kind of explore your options, plan for the future, but also kind of diversify. It says here you might find your stash grows and gives you more, because that nut that I that peanut that I found, that I was like, well, I'll put it in the tray with the strawberries and see, if whatever dropped it or basically buried it comes back for it. And they ended up getting, the blessing of those strawberries. And it was so fun to watch and see how it knew when to treat itself, and what to save and what to eat now. So know when to treat yourself. You might find that your stash grows and gives you more, and a surprise, blessing. Remain balanced. It was fun to watch it. Like when it was leaving the yard, it jumped up into like a plumeria tree, and it almost did like a rotation, like almost like a around like a bar, like a gymnast. And so that was fun. And remain balanced, focus on the positives, enjoy the adventure. Some people you can trust. Okay, so I got the message of trust. Someone may be hiding things in plain sight, or someone is willing to share their valuable secrets with you. Someone is trusting you, and so don't take that lightly. It's like he, came and he was looking directly at me, and he's like, I'm going to put these all over your yard. And then after that was when he found the Tupperware with the other peanut that I had just, I don't want the peanuts. It's fine, But yeah, definitely trying to share some type of message with me. And your ancestors are passed on loved ones. They're sending you messages. So that's why I pulled out our Messages from Heaven cards. Appreciate the support you receive. Some you win and some you lose, right? So you win some, you lose some. There are nuts all over the yard. Appreciate the support that you do receive. It may not come in the way that you want it to come. It may not be exactly how you want it to be or happen. It was also, a message of show yourself. He looked directly at me. It seemed like shine your light, believe in yourself. You have the light of the Creator within you. Be creative and trust your intuition. He very deliberately kind of was looking for different places and did not leave a peanut everywhere, but would put it, in better places. It's like he was trusting that little inkling that was telling him, nope, not here. I also received the message to bury the past with the intention to transmute any negative energy. Continue to grow. Plant seeds. You're being encouraged to continue growing. Guide others. Help others. You are being guided. You are being called to be of service and support. Use love. Help others, to smile, to laugh, to find encouragement and light. Reach out your hand to help them on a trail, on their path. And while you do that, God, Source, Spirit thanks you and supports you. Relax. You are being guided. And focus on those positives again. They are proud of you. Continue to grow. Continue to seek, explore options, to explore even what you're good at, to explore And oh, check out who you're working with. So also like to collaborate with others. Again, with that trust, and explore. All right, let me just review this, make sure. Yeah, so we're ready for our cards. I didn't imagine that would take that long. I hope you guys enjoyed that part of the reading, but let's see what else we get from Squirrel and God Source Spirit. If you would like to share your spirit animal encounters, if you'd like to see me do a reading for a different kind of animal, I could try to do that. So if you'd like to comment below. Okay, what does the viewer need to know? What are the messages at this time connected to this energy, connected to the squirrel, connected to the messages of trust, of guidance, of planting seeds, of preparation, of joy, of laughter. Okay, snake, live according to your divine essence, the elemental kingdom. And this card does talk about, kind of making sure, who can you trust? But it's also a card of shedding an old skin and being ready to kind of burst forth with kind of new energy. Okay, what else do we need to know? Okay, bat, see through illusion into truth. So that's another kind of like a trust or question what you believe or trust. Are you telling the truth even to yourself, Okay, what is this? For the viewer. Swan, demonstrate grace and majesty. So from that I get, shine your light. Look at the light coming out there from looks like it would be the heart chakra and also maybe the throat almost. Demonstrate grace, be a good example, share your light. Okay, we'll get one more Archangel Animal card. Okay, we hit 2 because they both came out. Sheep, act with fortitude and cooperation. And pig, maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Well, why don't we just make it even? We'll get a 6th card. Okay, rhinoceros, be strong and courageous. So another message I'm getting now, because it does kind of look me in the face, it's almost like a, face your fears and kind of do it anyway. Be strong and courageous. Believe in yourself. Maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Act with fortitude and cooperation. So that's a card of working together, kind of with others, and being strength, being strong. Live according to your divine essence. See through illusion into truth. We might look at both of those just because I want to make sure that we get whatever message is trying to come across. Demonstrate grace and majesty. Definitely be, a good example. Sometimes you may not understand someone else's truth, and so it's important to kind of see things from like all perspectives. Be open. I try to be open-minded. So anyway, see through illusion and truth. We're going to look that one up, and that's bad. You may be seeing any number of these animals, whether in movies, on TV, in books, pictures, online. Okay, so choosing this card for the bat suggests you open your heart and pour love into caring for and nurturing those close to you. When you raise the frequency of your heart center, it enables your throat chakra to expand too. Wow. Okay, did I just say that for the swan? This is the bat message. That's really weird. Okay, so focus on communicating with love and integrity. Then ask Archangel Michael to help you develop telepathy, and your other psychic abilities. Tune into the bats to download your highest potential and perhaps even the spiritual technology of the future. Wow. Your guidance is also to look at the world with fresh eyes. Perceive everything with wisdom. Listen to your intuition to discover the reasons beyond the obvious. Expand your life and remember there is always a new way to do things. So definitely see things through a different perspective. All right, so we're going to do snake. And okay, so it does say, you are asked to be very aware today because the snake card is bringing you a message that something is about to happen. And I did say something might be a surprise or coming to light. Are you ready to burst out of your skin and expand your life? Is it a time to plan a holiday or move house? Is an opportunity going to be presented to you? How interesting. And so explore your options comes to mind with the squirrel messages. On the other hand, this card may be offering a warning. Can you trust the people around you? Look beyond the surface and listen to your gut instinct. Remember to call on snake magic if you feel you need protection, and know that this will keep you safe. Your guidance is to be ready for any eventuality. Tune into the wisdom of the universe that is available to you now. And so that brings in the message of, how smart the squirrel is to kind of put its stash not all in one place, to kind of, to know that if they did put it all in one place, it would most likely be found. And so it's got that energy of kind of, protecting oneself and kind of putting things intuitively, trusting like different areas and kind of like exploring options. All right, so we're going to now do, I'm going to pause. The camera's going to shut off and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to get some messages from Heaven cards for the viewer. Okay, have you laughed today? Find your joy and lift your soul. And that's card number 17. So the message that I am getting is, maybe, this is asking you to look carefully at, who you can trust. But are you lying to yourself? And can you really trust that, like, you are protected, and to act with fortitude and cooperation? Maybe there is more trust and light and love and, like, that you can allow into your life. Like, maybe you can trust more than you do. And I'm not, if this is completely different for your situation, then, take what resonates for you and leave behind the rest. For the viewer. Okay, seek professional help if you need to. All will be well. Interesting, that's card number 18. So we have a movement forward. We'll look at the book on that one. This may have to do with emotions, especially with this being about laughter and the frogs being in water, and the looks like, I don't know if that's a kid. Not sure, but the person is standing in water. We support you as you cleanse and clear, both inside and out. Card number 34. So a lot of water. Tune into the rhythm of nature. Let us connect together there. Card number 40. Be creative. Look for ways to build, grow, and manifest. Card number 36. And we'll get one more. I like when I say, and we'll get one more, and like more than one is trying to come out. Okay, birds are messengers we use to connect with you. Number 6. So I definitely see 6, 7, 8. That is progression, movement forward. I see repeated 3s. I see 4s. 4s are building something on a solid, stable foundation. 1s are numbers of the self. 7s are numbers of connectedness, spirituality, long-term partnerships, contracts, commitments, relationships, including marriage. 8s are numbers of strength. What goes around comes around, and eternity. 6s are numbers of the Lover's card in the tarot, a head over heart, or heart over mind choice or decision, bringing balance to an imbalanced situation. as well as a return to better health. And 3s are teamwork and collaboration. We also have a 9 when you add together the 3 and the 6, which is exploration, beliefs, philosophy, foreign travel, foreign people. We have a 0, which is a clean slate. Interesting. So it looks like the only card that we're not seeing right now is 5, if I'm correct. And 5 is a number of change, challenge, and or competition. So at this time, that's really important. So that's without competition or like a fight, especially with the cooperation card there. Seek professional help if you need to. I'm going to clarify that one a bit. Okay, so that's a current blessing in disguise or something to be grateful for later. And how can you connect with your inner child? How interesting, and I did say, is that a child? Okay, and it says, where am I wasting time and energy? Maybe with worry? Okay, are there any red flags that you are ignoring? And how do you become inspired? And then it goes back to spirit animal messages. So something that you might be getting, you are receiving messages. So bird messages or animal, spirit animal, just nature messages. And perhaps you are trying to ignore the signs, symbols, synchronicities. They're asking you to connect with your inner child. There's something that might be a current blessing, something that is kind of hidden or misunderstood at this time, but you might be grateful for it. It's something that you're ignoring, and it's time that you start kind of paying attention. Perhaps this has to do with following your passion and your creativity and your uniqueness and what makes you happy. All right, so that is the message that I have for today. I hope that it's been enjoyable, and I hope that it helps you with some message you may have gotten from either the intuitive squirrel visit today or the cards. If you like this reading, please give it a like. If you would like to comment, share your stories, I would love to read them. And I hope that you return for another time. So like or subscribe so you're notified when I do post. And I would love to see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Okay, I did say I was going to look at the book. Now, these messages from heaven cards are pretty short messages. It says, if you are unsure in your current situation, why not seek extra information or get an expert to give you their opinion? No one knows the answers to every question, not even you. Your loved ones want you to know, will support you by helping to bring the right person to assist you. Explore various options before you decide. So that is definitely part of the squirrel message with the explore your options. And it's also kind of like, seek. Wow, so was the squirrel coming to look at me? you know, it did come to face me. So it could be that you are the one to help others. And it could also be like if you're not certain about what it is, find someone to help you or to give you their opinion. But definitely explore various options before you decide. And that just tells you that you have time. Let's also get this one, 34. Oh, and that makes sense too when the squirrel was thinking about putting it down where the dog does its business. Then instead it changed its mind. So explore various options. Explore the different locations. Okay, so that makes sense. We support you as you cleanse and clear both inside and out. The objects you surround yourself with can be heavy energy-wise and really weigh you down. Do you still own belongings that you inherited and you don't even like? Have you gathered too much stuff around you as a type of emotional protection? Surrounding yourself with things that you love or that you find useful on your life journey will free you up to move forward. Your loved ones say, we give you permission to let go of things that no longer serve your best interests. So that's interesting. And I'll have to ponder that as for the messages with the squirrel. And if you would like to share in the comments what you think that means, I would love to see that. All right, take care, everybody.